Friends, welcome you all for another interesting episode in Nimble Prerana. Thank you so much for your support and the making use of the content we developed in our channel. So now, in this video, I am going to speak briefly on this CVR resume preparation, especially for the higher education opportunities as well as the industrial opportunities if you want to try for it. So basically, these days I'm little bit taking a gap because of some other academic deadlines, as I said in the previous video. So I'll try to keep it more regular from as soon as possible. I'll keep it regular. So this CV preparation is one of the kind of observation I come across. Like there are people with a very good CGPA and very good profile, but the representation of CV is very vague. It's not bad, I could say, it's very vague. So the professors are the people who will look at your CV should feel at least the should not feel at least distracted. I mean, should not feel bad to read. So that representation is very complicated. You should keep it simple and you should keep it effective. That is missing. It's not about what contents to put, what topics to put. That is secondary. First thing is observe the presentation, simple and clear, point to point. If you don't have more points, it's okay. Select and keep the right points. That is enough. But don't keep it so complicated way of putting in the text. So what I'm going to say is like in the CV, I have seen like some friends, they have good CGPA and also they have good projects and all, but representation is missing, I'm saying, right? So I'm suggesting here, you put your CV such a way that you put your, don't put the objective of the CV in the CV objective and in the last you don't put like a declaration and all, don't put that things for higher education opportunities, and try to put your experiences in the first and try to remember that the experience, if you have something, it shows that you know how to handle the hierarchy of the teamwork or official works assigned. And also it's not that if it is area is different, don't worry about that. People I have seen, they have worked in software and they came to core in the graduation and then they got succeeded in the placements. So that is a different ways of looking at it. So don't feel bad about your experience if it is not in our same domain. That's one thing. Second thing, come to the education domain. I mean, the second part of the CV, I'll suggest you to write education, academic qualification. There you try to put the university or the college name such a way that the international delegates or the faculties where you are applying, they should be able to track your data. That means you should put at least major data so that they can search in Google if they wanted to know about your college or university or the schooling system. And then you try to put the skill set. The skill set are the extra certification courses which you have acquired during the coursework this recent years. So I'll recommend to put in a skill set also in a group way, like a core skills and a software skills and a programming skills and a modeling skills for mechanical and electrical. So I'll try to suggest like that, so you can put accordingly. And then you put the projects in the chronological order from decreasing trend, like from recent to old. So put the project title and project the major objectives you have performed and also the roles and responsibilities, try to put in there only. Or else I think for academics it's good to put there only. For industry I have other recommendation that I'll tell in the different video. So you put your project and your objectives you have achieved and what are the steps you have taken relevant to that one, so that it shows that what you have actually involved. And then you put all the relevant projects including the projects in the coursework if it is relevant to the position you are applying for. It will be very good that they can take it as a weightage point if they wanted to take you. So that is another side. Again, after projects, the projects you try to put as much as possible. It shows it will distinguish you from the bunch of the people where people are applying. And then the next one after projects, I'll suggest you to put extracurricular, co-curricular, and any other activities in achievements. People, if you have achievements, put that above. Then you put extracurricular and co-curricular and any other activities together in one heading and then put in a sequential way. Don't put so many there. Try to put the most suitable or the best ones. And this CV, what I'm recommending, you need to keep modifying whenever or wherever it is necessary. So it's not that you'll keep one CV and submit for all. It's no. Because I'm saying keep it very small doesn't mean that you eliminate all your credentials. You keep it the relevant data and segregate the other data separately. Next CV or maybe next application, you can use the data. So yes, I think that is what I thought of sharing a briefly observation. Don't directly put a big tables and with lot of white spaces in the CV. That makes it doesn't look like a professional way of representing, because you are applying for masters and PhD, that too abroad. So that means you are by default you should have some basic skills of representation. So they may expect it. So that way, I think any other things I may add in a separate thing. I think for now, this is what I thought of sharing. Wish you good luck. All the best.